they're just, if you go around and become more aware of good work being done by so many grassroots organizations. When I say grassroots, I include the urban areas. There is no grass, much grass, but there's many organizations in Metro Manila. It's surprising how many are really involved. How many are really involved. And it's humbling, in fact, to realize how so many are involved in doing good and producing results. The results seem to pale contrasted to the crisis that we face. But these are happening. Good things are happening. And so I'm very optimistic. But I'm a reformist, I must tell you. Sometimes I get somewhat desperate. No? Maybe the reformist approach is not the right one, but I happen to believe in it. Maybe we should just find ways to become more effective as reformers. But how to bring together these many scattered efforts to do good in our society, all over the country. How to build confidence that this ultimately will bring about the change that we hope will happen. And that is a challenge to civil society. Don't expect much from government to organize for this purpose. They're always organized to make tomorrow's statement, official statement of what's the state of the nation or what. I think it must come from civil society groups and from schools and colleges and universities. And it must come from mass organizations that are very active. We hear more about them because they have the zeal and they have the numbers, and they catch the media too. And so we want to accumulate this, to make them add up. But I must say something about institutions, changing institutions. Sometimes we have too much faith in changing leaders, the next election. We have elections every 3 years. Every 6 years we change the president. I think we should really give more attention to changing institutions. For example, accountability. I really believe you cannot make politicians, political leaders accountable given our present setup, our presidential system, for example. You are guaranteed 6 years as president. The only way they can remove you is by impeachment, which is impossible. We tried overthrowing a dictator. It took so long. We also did that a second time. Now people are saying, well, in 2010, these new leaders are offering themselves and so on. But without the political parties that can put up a program of government that will really be carried out by a responsible party, that we can hold accountable, we cannot really take seriously presidential candidates. that do not have this kind of support. But in our presidential system, our kind, I'm not saying all presidential systems are ineffective in building responsible and accountable parties, but our kind of presidential system, it will never happen. So it is, I think, time to experiment in changing the system, maybe to a parliamentary system. You should think in terms of systems and institutions, because changing leaders, I'm not very sanguine about what will happen, given the existing highly centralized unitary system and the kind of presidential system where we don't have responsible and accountable political parties.
Thank you. UP Mindanao is now on the big screen. We have the moderator, Professor Roberto Alabado Jr.
Okay, good afternoon from UP Mindanao. We have a question from a freshman from the BS Agribusiness Economics.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My question would be, how would it be possible to make every college a national college?
I must have been exaggerating when I said that every college should be a national college. But as a matter of fact, in UP Diliman, UP Manila, and UP Los Baños, many colleges are really national colleges. They really are tops. They're the leader. And that is what I mean by a college becoming a national college. But we cannot expect that of every single college. When I talked about ecosystems of excellence, of mediocrity, and of ambivalence, it's a realistic appreciation of the difficulty of really achieving excellence. Sometimes it's a matter of the lack of a critical mass of scholars pushing together and sustaining their values and reinforcing each other. Because without this, and also a leader, a dean or a department head, without good leaders and department heads, faculty can be just fighting each other with petty causes. And so you need a leadership within the college and the department. But I am very sanguine. You know? Many of our colleges in UP Diliman, UP Manila, UP Los Baños are really the leaders in the profession, in the discipline. And the chapter, I don't know what chapter in my book, elaborates on these ecosystems and what makes them happen or change or deteriorate.
Thank you, sir. It seems like we have a couple of the CUs lined up to ask many questions. We have next is UP Manila, Dr. Rafael Bondoc. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Professor. I'm Dr. Rafael Bondoc from the first ever National College of the National University, the College of Medicine. I'm the moderator here in UP Manila. We have a question from Professor Grace Odal Devora from the Department of Arts and Communication from the College of Arts and Science of the UP Manila Health Science Campus. Dr. Devora, your question, please.
Dr. Abueva, I appreciate so much what you said about learning for truth, all kinds of truth, despite its apparently being without use or not directly useful or not initially popular. So my question is how much support or what kind of support will UP administration officials give to new proposals for curricular programs that promote qualitative changes in society, like for instance that of cultural heritage studies and community arts development. Considering that there is, for me, subjectively, that there's a bias for science and technology, and considering that qualitative courses like this arts, the concern for the role of the arts in national development are not initially popular among the students, and hence they need more support for the simple reason that we need to create the perception of need for these course programs that are for advocacy.
Hindi na ako ang mananagot niya, no? I think I will ask the incumbent officers of the university, the chancellors, the vice president, to answer that. Professor Emeritus ako eh. Wala na akong magagawa diyan. I value what you say very much. I believe in a rounded education and in a multifaceted, multi-rich university. I have no problem with your aspirations, but I think the authorities should be the ones to answer that. I can only offer you sympathy.
Thank you very much, sir. May we hear from UP Iloilo? The moderator is Professor Nathaniel Samson. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon from UP Visayas, Iloilo. We have a question from Dr. Belia Grace Legayada Barrera from the College of Management.
Good afternoon, President Abueva. My question is, some UP graduates are perceived as lacking in social orientation, morality, and ethics, which are seen as reasons why they themselves are failures as leaders of our society. Is this because UP education has remained unresponsive to the needs of our society? Please comment or elaborate on this.
The study that I cited was done in 1992, 1993. There were 14 colleges in UP Diliman that volunteered to participate in that self-assessment. And this is what the students said. They were learning. This was what the students said. This was the emphasis of the faculty in their learning in UP. I don't know how much has changed since that time, but I'm bringing this to the attention again of our colleagues so that they can reflect on this and maybe update this kind of self-assessment of our students and our faculty. But we do need a unit in the university to do this. It will not happen if you leave it to chance. And that is why I propose that we revive and strengthen an educational research program or an academic, a center for academic research in UP. I recall that just to remind us of the danger that we may not be emphasizing some of the right things, right values and objectives